Come on. I see that's the second time I'm gonna almost Hey everybody, I'm Griffin here and welcome back to Receiver 2. I am recording this at what would normally be a normal time for me, but I have somehow adjusted my sleep schedule to be that of like a normal person, where I go to bed at midnight and wake up at like 7 or 8 in the morning, which is super weird, but also means that now I'm really tired, which is really bad because this is a game where you need to be alert. I am recording this, day before, so I was hoping, interesting. I was hoping to be streaming this. Because that's kind of how I want this to go eventually. Is where I stream for maybe a couple hours and then pick the best game to throw up on YouTube the next day kind of thing. Although really that ends up being a little weird because there's also the stream video. Basically, I haven't quite figured out how I want to do it. But I think this is one of those games that sort of desperately requires you to play a lot in one run or 2 runs if things go absolutely poorly. Oh, nice. A couple runs every week is not a great way to play this game. I am on semi-automatic. I do not want to be on full automatic because that is how I will waste all of my bullets.
Each receiver will train with a core mind tech. This functions as a checklist and readies the mind for action. It allows you to break from a reactive cycle caused by outside influence and allows you to regain control. Like all mindset, your core is a sequence of thoughts. Where are you? What is your name? What is today's state? What is your firearm? Then take a deep breath and listen.
Interesting. I don't actually know what my firearm is. So it's a good question. Is it Glock? Yeah, it is Glock. Yikes. Come on. I see that's the second time I'm gonna almost There's a tape, but this is a horrible, horrible place. I can go up. Gotta be really careful of... Nope, can't go up. Okay. Fuck you. Sometimes. A lot of the times. Because I know there's a tape in here, which means that I'm really incentivized to go... Damn it. I thought I could make that. I could not. So now we're in super easy mode. We're all the way back down the beginning. This is one of those reasons why this run in its current form is a little silly. Because now I'm back to the point where I don't really care. I really didn't think I would set that gun off. That was such a terrible angle. Because it was sitting like right here and like rotating like this. It was terrible. Come to think of it, even if I could have gone up, I don't think it would have helped me a single bit. Okay, I need to turn that off. One of these days that's going to actually be a turret and it's going to scare the shit out of me. Okay, so it's on the other side of that wall, I think. Yep. I can't believe I missed that. And I can't believe that I was...
What is the fundamental characteristic of balance? A stone, perfectly balanced, doesn't move. It is this precarious lack of motion, but with so much potential, that's remarkable. To balance the mind, one needs to bring ideas and feelings into alignment, where they are neither random nor stagnant, equally outward and inward, neither entirely positive nor negative. Within this narrow space of calmness lies the mind's potential. Failure to find balance results in a chain reaction of cascading thoughts and feelings, like a stone falling out of place, running into the next with no end and no control. The mind kill degrades the condition of firearms, making them much more likely to malfunction.
Yup.
You can clear most malfunction by tapping the magazine to make sure it's seated, racking the slide to chamber a new round, and then bang, you're ready to go. Tap, rack, bang.
Except I don't think that we have the opportunity. I don't think we actually have the opportunity to tap at all. Okay, I don't think that's a thing that I can do. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't recall that being an option. I think I can just walk on through on this one.
Control your breathing as you approach the door, slowly slicing the pie as you go. You're in the fatal funnel now as you move in a semicircle past the door, but don't rush. See everything. Focus beyond that front sight. Let your body aim for you. Breathe. Corners clear. It's time to change the direction and commit. Left or right? Which way lies victory? Which way death? Only one way to find out. Breathe. Don't dawdle in the doorway. You're a silhouette and that's where the guns are aimed. And sweep the room smoothly to encompass the whole space. It's a difficult thing, but practice makes perfect. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
No. Oh, I'm in auto.
In a disordered mind, fear and doubt will often attach itself to whatever events are happening at that moment. These misattributed, diverted feelings can become habitual, compounding the problem of accurate thinking. This leads to confusion, impaired decision-making, and more anxiety in a damaging feedback loop. By grounding thoughts in the present, one can escape this feedback loop. Where are you? What time and year is it? Who are you? What are you doing at this exact moment? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you really hear?
And we're
The
done.
firearm is simple in some ways, deceptively complex in others, but always dangerous. Gun training by apprehending the lethality of the tool and focusing on the moment-to-moment use, a receiver is able to
Actually, you start by pulling backslide manually. This is the first time this has happened because I don't ever just shoot a whole bunch of fully auto stuff. Okay, in some cases the extractor can fail to grip the spent cartridge, causing the next cartridge to get stuck behind it. If the slide won't close and the magazine won't come out, you probably have a double feed. The solution to a double feed, you start by pulling back on the slide and manually locking it backwards. Hold R, hold T, release R to take pressure off the jam, then pull out the magazine. Pull the magazine out hard. Rack the slide a few more times to make sure the spent cartridge is removed.
strengthen the mind-body link. Like with ideas, objects in the physical reality vary in their utility. Although some thoughts and tools are extremely dangerous, we don't arbitrarily limit what we can use. Rather, we strive to better understand ourselves and our environment, so that we may safely handle even the most dangerous situations.
Okay. So the question is, do I take another stab? Do I take another stab at this? I'd like to believe they force this first area to be safe, but don't actually have any evidence of that. Except for that I haven't died very quickly in the situations where I just barrel out. Nope. Alright, well that's harrowing. I'm not pleased with that. I really don't like what's going on. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I did that. Shifted its range of motion. There's another gun in there. I think. There it is, okay.
I did my best.
Shit.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really did.
I hate this game. Alright. Yeah, I know I needed a hold back quote. Well, tab is what I have it switched to. Like, so here's the problem there. Because it's actually a really annoying problem. If I let the gun go, like if I let go of the gun, I don't know what happens. I don't know if it turns and immediately shoots me. I legitimately don't know. I'm pretty sure it does because that's a failed hack. Otherwise, I have to finish the hack. And then, pull out my gun, pull, you know, like, I think I could have done it, but I tried to hurry.
This tape is designed to test your focus in the face of distraction.
Now he
Maintain
screams.
focus on your breathing. How did you do? If your attention wandered, that is normal. Just notice that without judgment. Let's try again. Good job.
Yeah, that tape doesn't bug me anymore. I don't know.
Past events that have caused recurring negative thoughts and emotions are called mental trauma. This was often the result of a sudden shift in perception. The building blocks of our self-concept are ideas about the world and our place in it. When these ideas turn out to be false, it causes a chain reaction that can threaten every aspect of our life. While removing one brick from a tower can cause it to collapse, that does not mean that the problem was widespread. It was a failure in a single element.
Very valid point to make.
This demonstrates how critical each belief is, and how finding and removing false beliefs early can prevent a catastrophic chain reaction.
I'm just gonna get shot here. This is one where I need to aim at that. This is one where you need to be careful because there's a weird combination of cover and absolutely no cover. And I've gotten shot multiple times. Almost never guns in the reception area. It's definitely happened. Okay, this is a long shot, but we've got the camera facing towards us. What the hell? That was weird. I don't know why I took that second shot. It wasn't worth it. Alright, let's take a second here and I'm pretty sure this one will kill you if you walk into its range. And Yes, I'm gonna get the tape in a second.
Cooper's third rule of gun safety is to keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. There are many physiological reactions that can cause your hand to tighten involuntarily. If your finger is on the trigger and you're surprised or stumble or tighten the other hand, the gun will fire and make a hole in whatever it's pointed at. This is especially important when drawing or holstering. Like takeoffs and landings in aircraft, this is where most accidents occur. If your attention wanders for a second and you try to holster your gun without removing your finger from the trigger, you will shoot yourself in the leg. If you're trying to draw quickly, you can easily grab the trigger and shoot yourself in the leg.
What a shot. Oh, you're technically still functional.
After World War II, a military study concluded that only a quarter of American soldiers were willing to line up their sights on a human target. Now, to combat this problem, the Army found ways to dampen our natural aversion to killing one another. They replaced bullseye targets with human silhouettes, made training conditions more similar to actual combat, and trained recruits to avoid taking personal responsibility for killing. After enough training, you can eventually learn to stop seeing people at all and just see silhouette targets everywhere, even in the mirror.
Which, of course, the funny part being that is exactly what we see when we look in the mirror. In this game. Sometimes that music is detectable very close, and sometimes, very far, and other times it is effectively undetectable. Encountering a sleeping turret in here is basically my worst nightmare. Because you do not have a safe place to turn to. I'm glad I have a decent reaction time. I also hate these areas. It just feels like it'd be so easy to miss an angle. So easy. I think I actually do want to approach this from down here, even though I hate it. Listen for it. just want the hit. I want its blue light again, because I can't judge. Has to be above us, right? I just don't want to accidentally walk myself into a crossfire. That is not what I was hoping for, but we've got a lot of good clips. Now I kind of want the light. It's in a corner somewhere. Oh.
When performing at a peak condition, often the deciding factor is mental state. Ideas have a form and a weight. When you become dedicated to an idea, it takes on a new dimension. It becomes denser, tougher to move, intractable. This tenacious stubbornness is required to become a receiver.
3 full clips and a bullet to spare. Alright, so we spent 30 minutes doing 4 runs and getting absolutely nowhere. That's pretty much like the crux of this game right now for me. Like, I'm good enough that I can get, you know, here without terrible difficulty, but it's not an achievement. I guess that's really what I'm trying to get at. Like, after playing the first game as much as I did to collect 5 tapes, granted, I think its difficulty was a little bit messed up. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those situations where I just have to shake my head, I think. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Keep your eyes out for the stream for this one. I want to try and schedule it beforehand, but honestly, I don't know. And as it is, I feel like this game is reaching its end for me in terms of how much I want to play it, because I do want to beat it, but we're on episode 29, I believe this is. So I've been playing this for over half a year, and I don't think I've made it past 3 out of 5. So, yeah. But streaming it and playing a lot of episodes, or playing a lot of runs to get some highlight runs for episodes, I think is going to be the next, I don't want to say the next big thing, but like, it's what I feel is going to be the best way for this game to proceed if it is going to keep going, because that will give a lot better content, I think, in general. Like, being able to interact with people in the stream while I'm trying to basically grind for the climb, and then the runs that I get that are either exemplary or groundbreaking or just good, being something that then I can just pluck from the stream and basically create effectively a highlight video for people. I think that's where this game kind of will hit the middle ground of exciting enough to watch, but not boring enough, because there's a lot of repetition when you get killed. As I said, we did 4 runs in 30 minutes. One of them was 5 minutes long. So yeah, it's one of those things. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you next time, but until then, keep your gears turning.